Good chips. Sorry about eating, but I'm really, really hungry, and I really want to do both at the same time, so... Multitasking! What's up? Anyways, I have 2 matches for you today. I figured I'd upload it in the same video just to get a really nice kick-ass video going today. They're both versus, TheBklynKilla, I believe is his YouTube name. I'll plug it if I can find it. But we'll play them both back, I guess, in a row right now. First one's going to be a standard match. I think they were both standard matches anyway. So I just tossed himself together, one on Wi-Fi. You know how it goes. Anyways, he's going to lead with an Empoleon. I figure I will lead with my Gallade. And I don't want to overpredict, so I'm just going to go for the close combat. But he goes to a Gengar. So he's going to eat the close combat. Pretty simple. But because I'm lead Gallade, I got the Shadow Sneak, and I don't think it's going to be a one-hit KO, but it'll do some nice damage. And he's going to go for Shadow Ball. I'm pretty damn sure this is going to end up taking me out because he's probably a Life Orb Gengar, as, you know, they'll tend to be. Actually, wow, I lived that. Okay, he must have gotten absolute minimum damage because he's not Life Orbed. And because I am Life Orb, I knew he was going to want to switch, not wanting to take another Shadow Sneak, so I went for a Psycho Cut. But at the same time, I really didn't want to go for a close combat. I don't really know what my mindset was there. But at least I got some damage, better damage off on this as well, because at least it was stab. But I'm going to bring in Raikou, who I know will resist the Bullet Punch if he wants to go for it, so I'm just going to go for a T-Bolt right off the bat. Get a crit. Yes. That was pretty sweet. But, he's got his Weavile next, and then I learned right here he's running an Adamant Weavile, and I'm like, well, you don't really see that too often for a reason, because shit like this. And he's gonna do more damage, but he goes second, so, yeah. Ice Punch is gonna do a little over half, but thanks to lefties, it'll bring me back up to half, and, I know I can't really live another one, but if he has the Ice Shard, it won't take me out. So, I feel pretty confident about staying in here, going for another T-Bolt, taking him out. Pretty low-key stuff. I didn't take it as well as I thought I would, admittedly, but, you know, at least I take him out, so. It's okay. We're good to go. And, trying to remember what happens next. I think this is the older of the 2 matches. Anyway, he brings in Empoleon, and because he's a physical Empoleon, I guess, he's going to go for the Aqua Jet, take me out. I know there's always a small risk that Empoleon will run that, so I figured I'd just leave it in, whatever. So I bring in my Honchkrow immediately after. And I'm really excited for this battle because Honchkrow actually does stuff like kill more than one poke. I love Honchkrow, but it's so hard to bring it in safely and actually, you know, get great usage out of it. And I did in this match, so woohoo, you know. I take out an Empoleon, but I think I have to leave for now because he's got his Infernape going on here. So I switch out, go to my Kingdra, predicting the fire move or the close combat. He goes for the Fire Blast, which does jack shit, and I think this might actually be my physical Kingdra as opposed to my special one. But I know I can take a, I should be able to take a close combat from the Mixape, is what I'm trying to say. And I did pretty good. I mean, I have enough to set up a sub. So, I can go ahead and go for I think a Dragon Dance at this point. I didn't know it was mixed at the time, but I saw Fire Blast first, and then I saw Close Combat, and I was like, oh, he has to be mixed, so he doesn't have full EVs in either one. I should be able to take it. I didn't think of it beforehand, like, that he was mixed. I just knew that if there was a chance he was mixed, I'd be able to live at least 2 of his hits. So, I get 1 DD up safely, and then it turns out he has Mach Punch, too. And I'm like, alright, you have your defenses lowered to Close Combat, and it's not like you really had a chance of living the Water Bowl. Anyway, but now you're, like, super dead. So, wonderful. I hate how when you're eating chips, it sounds really loud in your head, but I actually don't know how loud I'm crunching. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. But his last one happens to be Gengar. It's right here that I learned that this Gengar is Scarfed, because it outspeeds me after 1. But because of that, I know that I can come in with Honchkrow, and I can scare him off with the Sucker Punch, but I have Pursuit too. So, Gengar's gone out of the picture, and I don't know, I was happy that I got the Pursuit off and I got it. His last one also happens to be a female Honchkrow, but mine's faster. My bitch is better. My bitchy bird, my angry bird, happens to be better than his angry bird. Gets the first turn hit, and I think takes it out, and I think that might have been his last one. So this was a shorter game. Still a good one, though, where I got to somewhat show off my Honchkrow set. Physical, just a standard crow, whatever. But good game there. Had a couple other pokes I didn't really get to use. I don't think you guys saw Ludicolo. But we're going to get the second match started right about, I want to say, now as well. Also a standard match. I'm bringing some different things. So is he. This match is about a week. I actually think I took a match on one stream, and then he came back the next week, asked for another one. I wasn't sure. But I use the same lead. I go for close combat on Metagross. And I know it's not going to be doing too much, but it does over half. So that's cool. I know it's not as bulky as I thought it was, and I know he's just going to set up the rock, so I can just stay in here, do another one, and even if he goes for the bullet punch, it won't be a one-hit KO, so I can go for close combat again, and that's fine. So, that's what I do. I go for a close combat. Thankfully, it's a safe 2-hit KO. So, I still have some usefulness in this Gallade. I mean, he did get his rocks up, but Metagross could have been a way bigger threat versus not being in the lead position. Brings in the exact same scissor I saw in the last match. Takes me out with a bullet punch. Not much to it. I mean, it's a lead Gallade with defenses reduced and health reducers. Not much usage I'm going to get out of it because the rocks are up anyway. I bring in Zapdos. Go for the agility because I know under normal circumstances that would scare him off. But I guess he's been watching my stream a lot and he knows I'm going to go for the agility. So he goes for the U-turn to get some damage instead. And he's going to go ahead and U-turn out to his Melodic, which is also kind of a weird switch, but I don't know. He's weak to my stab as opposed to a different move. But T-Bolt Melodic turns out to be a special build, so it takes a little bit better than I thought. Still going to be a 2-hit KO anyways. Actually, holy crap. That took it horribly. It lived. That was okay. But he goes for the Ice Beam. And almost Revenge kills me, but he gets the freeze. So, what a bitch move right here, right? I mean, he lives it, and then I'm not going to thaw this turn, and he's going to end up... I think he ends up recovering off this damage. So, yeah, sitting in here like a frozen chocobo that I am. And he's going to get his recover off, and I think he ends up killing me off next turn with the Surf or the Ice Beam so as to not overpredict. I don't remember, but I do remember that I don't end up thawing. And this thing just ends up being a huge thorn in my side, because that's just like the only counter I have to it. So there's a Surf, and we'll just see what else I bring in. According to the track, I have a Tentacruel somewhere in here, and I guess I bring it in now, so that's cool. Anyway, he decides he doesn't like that matchup. The Surf and Ice Beam aren't going to do shit. He brings in Heracross as I go for a sub. This is the only Tentacruel I own, which is my sub SD set, and I think I unplugged something. Okay. So, that's what I do. I get my Swords Dance up from behind the sub as he goes for a Stone Edge. But I also did that to scout whether or not I was going to be faster because I still had the sub up. So, now that I know I am faster and he's not like a Scarfed Heracross or anything like that, I can go ahead and go for a Waterfall. But he has Endure, which is like, well, shit, this is one of those reversal things or like Flail, whatever. Heracross happens again, I'm pretty sure it's reversal, but I bring him all the way down, and his Salac Berry kicks in. I'm like, well, this is bad. But his Stone Edge misses, so that was funny. I just take him out with a Poison Jab. And that's it. I went for Poison Jab over Waterfall just in case he wanted to bring in Melodic again for whatever reason. I don't know why, but whatever. So, he has the same Gengar from last time, and he's gonna hit me with the T-Bolt. I don't think it's gonna take me out, because Tentacle's got a great Spec B. You guys know how that goes. I live it, but I get the Para, and then I get the full Para. So, he's kinda hacking me, but, you know, I'm still having fun with it, because it's Pokemon. You have fun with Pokemon. But it takes me out another T-Bolt. Not much I can do there. And, I bring in Scarfarachi. I've gotten kind of accustomed to using it. I don't want to get too used to using it, though, because I hate when people use these on me. So I don't want to get too hypocritical by using it way too often. But he brings in his Melodic, takes the Iron Head, like a champ as always. But now that I don't have Zapdos, I realize I don't have a solid counter for Melodic as well. So I got to get out. And I'm probably going to start firing off HP Electrics with Kingdrix. I think I brought my special one this time. And that's about the best thing I can do to it. I mean, I quad resist the surf and he gets a crit, which really doesn't matter in the long run. But, I don't know, it's just more salt in the wound. So I'm going to go for the HP Electric. Knowing how much my T-Bolt did, I know it's not as specially defensive as I think it's going to be. So, it does okay damage. I was expecting a lot less, but... He's just going to get the Toxic off for some residual damage, and I figure if Hidden Power did that much with 140 power because super effective, I'm thinking a 225 power Draco Meteor is my only hope at winning this match. And thankfully I do take it out in one shot, because otherwise this would have been a fiasco. I really wouldn't have wanted to deal with it. And we're still in here, and I think this is still a Scarf one. Because he goes ahead and Shadow Balls me again like he did last week, and surprisingly I don't remember it. And I don't live it either. I was like, oh, well, shit. So I bring in my Scarf Jirachi. Because I know Shadow Ball's just going to be neutral. But I guess he turns out to be modest with Scarf because I'm a jolly Scarf Jirachi, and then I end up flinching him to death. So that's always cool. His last two happened to be, I believe, Scizor, and I really couldn't tell you the last one for the life of me, but I'm starting to remember what happens. So I bring this in because I know I can resist the Bug move or the Superpower, and I can take a Bullet Punch. Okay, so it's not really that big a deal. But he goes with a Superpower and gets a defense drop. So I figure I can Swords Dance here, and I'm thinking he does the same, because we were talking on live stream and I was like, oh, maybe he might. Or maybe that's a different match I'm thinking of. It very well could be a different match I'm thinking of, because this one goes for the Iron Head. And yeah, I just roost off the damage, and I forget what he goes for. He might go for another Iron Head, but I'm faster, so he's not going to get the flinch. And I have +2, he has -1. So at the end of the next turn, if Earthquake doesn't kill him, it should at the very least be a 2-hit KO. And at the most, it'll be a 1-hit KO. So I don't remember this match, but it was a fun match. Both of these were some of the more enjoyable ones. I mean, amidst all the stall fests and all the other stuff. But there's a +3 stat difference. And I'm sitting in here looking pretty with Gliscor, and I think his last one... Oh, his last one's the Infernape. And this could be the Mixape from last time. But this one turns out to be slower than I expected as well. So there's a couple of his Pokemon that are slower, like that Weavile from the first match or whatever. And then there's this. I did not expect to outspeed at all. But I do. So it's going to be game. Had a lot of fun. I'll plug his link in the description. As you can see, he knows how to play with different stuff. Does it good. Round 4 for the tournament already started. Make sure when you post when you want to report your results, you post them there. And if you put them anywhere else, I will not count them because I want to keep shit organized. 4th Gen and 5th Gen, both of those rounds end on the same day, so make sure whatever tournament you're involved in, whether it's 4th or 5th, that you finish by the 9th. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Extremely long-ass video. Thank you if you watch both matches. And I should be streaming tonight, as always, Friday. So I'll let you know when that happens with my usual video. And I'll see you later.